5 things you didn't know about Helen McCrory. Are you as fascinated by Peaky Blinders as we are? The show has slowly amassed a devoted following, and it has become one of the defining TV dramas of its time. After The Sopranos left a gaping hole for mob-loving audiences, Stephen Knight's tightly written series came to fill that void. And boy, did it succeed. Tommy Shelby and his gang are a force to be reckoned with, and the violence and ambition of the Peaky Blinders knows no bounds. Many of the Shelbys are known for their tougher-than-thou attitude and macho aggression. But make no mistake, the women in the family can be just as clever and capable at conniving and wrongdoing. As they say, behind every great mobster, there stands a great woman, and no one fits that tried-and-true saying as Polly Gray, played by award-winning British actress Helen McCrory, also known for her stage work, and The Queen, Harry Potter, James Bond, Fearless, and Mother-Father-Son film and series performances. As the unofficial head of the Shelby family and advisor to the fearsome Tommy Shelby, Polly has been a driving force in the family's growing business. There is no better acting pro than the legend Helen McCrory for the role of the business-savvy counselor and accountant to the Peaky Blinders. Before she sadly died of cancer in April, Damian Lewis's wife earned widespread acclaim for her work both in theater and on screen. We don't know how the upcoming 6th season of Peaky Blinders will handle her sad departure, but we wanted to make a fitting homage to the heart and soul behind the Shelby boys. Keep watching to find out 5 things you probably didn't know about Helen McCrory. While you're watching, make sure you show your support by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. Also, don't forget to hit the bell icon to get a notification every time we upload some new content. There's no better way to stay up to speed on your favorite films, TV stars, and showbiz greats. Number 5. She was once a feral, compulsive liar. Talented actors and actresses usually start at a young age. When it comes to Helen, that rule also applies, but maybe not in the way you think. Young Helen's father was a diplomat, so the McCrory family traveled around even more than the Shelbys. Among the places they lived in were countries in the African continent such as Cameroon and Tanzania, but little Helen also got used to seeing a lot of Europe during her stays in countries like Norway, Italy, or France. Of course, seeing so many different cultures must have helped her get a sense of how people can behave. But that's not really what we mean when we say she had an early start to the ropes of drama. In an interview from 2015, a journalist asked McCrory what she was like when she was a kid. In true upfront Polly Gray fashion, Helen replied that she was a feral, compulsive liar. As it turns out, in those days she took advantage of moving around so often to make up stories about herself and her parents. After telling the other children at school something wildly untrue, she would just hope that her father was assigned to a different city before they found out. One of the stories she remembered saying was that her dad worked for the Queen. As a diplomat, it was technically true, but McCrory felt that Foreign Office worker was not as dignified a title. If anything, we're sure her hijinks developed her improv skills. Number 4. From Shakespeare to James Bond and Harry Potter. Of course, being a good liar isn't the only thing that built McCrory's talent. After a year living in Italy, Helen returned to the UK and decided to enroll as a student at the prestigious Drama Centre in London. From then on, she developed her acting skills and ended up getting a lot of recognition for her onstage work. Some of her most outstanding performances were her role as Alina in Chekhov's Uncle Vanya and as Rosalind in Shakespeare's As You Like It, which earned her a nomination to the prestigious Laurence Olivier Theatre Awards. Her dedication to classic theater would make her a well-known thespian, and it helped jumpstart her subsequent film and TV career. If you're not a drama buff from London, you're far more likely to have seen McCrory in shows like Penny Dreadful or Inside Number 9, in films like The Queen or the James Bond movie Skyfall. But if there's one film that cemented her status as a British actress before Peaky Blinders, it is definitely the Harry Potter saga. That's right, you may not have known her when you watched the films, but you can see her in The Half-Blood Prince and The Deathly Hallows, playing Draco Malfoy's own mother. We're sure raising a merciless Slytherin wizard must have gotten her ready to handle Tommy and Arthur Shelby's worst instincts. Number 3. You might know her husband, the telephone anecdote. As an acting heavyweight, it makes sense that Helen would choose to share her life with another star in the business, English actor Damian Lewis. We're pretty sure you know him as the leading star of TV shows like Homeland or the more recent Billions. You might even notice that's him playing the legend Steve McQueen in Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. McCrory and Lewis met far back in 2003 when they shared the stage in a production of the play 5 Gold Rings. Lewis actually fought hard for McCrory to get the part and convinced her to accept it via telephone, even though he had never seen her in person. It's clear that Lewis knew about Helen's talent even before they had met. What he didn't know was that she was also the perfect partner for him. They married in 2007, and they raised their children Mano and Gulliver at their Victorian townhouse in London and in LA, where the family lived for 2 years while Damian worked on the life drama series. Although many couples are very private about their love lives, McCrory was head over heels in love with Lewis, and she was more than happy to say so to anyone who asked. Not only were Damian and Helen the perfect couple before McCrory passed away, age 52, they also translated their shared passion for acting into joint projects, such as a performance of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein for the 200th anniversary of the novel. Number 2. Seen and heard, health professionals, and an OBE. Helen's career in life was not limited to acting. She was also a generous and dedicated philanthropist, to the point of becoming a patron of the children's charity Seen and Heard. Her interest in justice and solidarity was never clearer than during the COVID-19 pandemic. When global tragedy struck, both Helen and Damian wanted to thank health professionals for their intensive work. To do so, they decided to raise money for Feed NHS, a program which treated hospital staff to food from high street restaurants. Helen's service to her own country has been recognized with several awards, but not only with them. In 2007, she had the honor of being appointed the Officer of the Order of the British Empire. The title was given to her for services to the art of drama, but if you ask us, she could have earned it on the strength of her generosity alone. Number 1. She decided to keep her cancer a secret. On April 16, 2021, Helen's husband Damian confirmed that she had passed away at their home in London, surrounded by the people closest to her. The news was devastating to Peaky Blinders fans, but also to several people who knew her personally. Though McCrory had been battling cancer for a while, she had decided to keep her illness private, swearing her friends and family members to secrecy. Helen preferred to focus on her work until the last day of her life, so much that she appeared on Good Morning Britain only a month before she died to talk about her charity work. Lewis later revealed that she had been fighting the big C heroically while keeping her sense of humor intact. She even told Lewis to move on and find love after she was gone. We knew the Shelby family was fearless, but not even Peaky Blinders has given us a fighter as brave as Helen McCrory herself. Well, that's our video about the beloved Shelby matriarch, Polly Gray, aka Helen McCrory. If you have any thoughts on the late great actor, don't be shy and leave a comment below this video. If you like this video, let us know by clicking the like and subscribe buttons. Make sure you also hit the bell icon. You'll get notified every time we update the channel. We've got plenty more content coming on the stars of Peaky Blinders and many other films and TV shows. Thanks for watching.